What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, man. I'm sitting out here in the rain. Just got off a conference call, handling some business for work, man. I had to hop on here real quick and have a conversation with y'all. So David Falk, you dig, former representative for Michael Jordan, former Michael Jordan agent, you know what I'm saying? He sparked some controversy. He said that if Michael Jordan had the luxury of playing with the teammates that LeBron has had, he would have 15 championships. He would have won more than 6 championships. And I tend to agree. Now, of course, they're trying to find his comments to be petty, as a slight to LeBron James, but I feel like it's just facts. Then he went on to list his top five, and of course Kobe, Michael Jordan, Kareem is amongst that top five that he mentioned. But let's fact check. Let's see if the man got a point, dog. So without further ado, let's talk about LeBron James's teammates over the course of his 22 seasons, going on 23, which I predict the 23rd season is the season that he's going to win his championship to commemorate 23. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So let's list these off. Shaquille O'Neal, 15-time All-Star. Dwayne Wade, 13-time All-Star. Chris Bosh, 11-time All-Star. Ray Allen, 10-time All-Star. We forget about Ray Allen in that the Miami Heat days, because they had Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. But we forget that they also had Ray Allen. Carmelo Anthony, 10-time All-Star. Russell Westbrook, 9-time All-Star. Dwight Howard, 8-time All-Star. Anthony Davis, 8-time All-Star. Kyrie Irving, 7-time All-Star. Kevin Love, 5-time All-Star. Ben Wallace was a 4-time All-Star. Shawn Marion was a 4-time All-Star. Rajon Rondo, 4-time All-Star. Darren Williams, 3-time All-Star. Marc Gasol, 3-time All-Star. Derrick Rose, who he really didn't really play with D Rose, but I guess he did have him on the squad at one point for, half the season or whatever. He was a 3-time All-Star. Jerry Stackhouse, 2-time All-Star. Ilgauskas was a 2-time All-Star. Antoine Jameson, 2-time All-Star. Rashard Lewis, 2-time All-Star. Isaiah Thomas, 2-time All-Star. Andre Drummond, 2-time All-Star. Juwan Howard was a 1-time All-Star. Wally Zerviak, 1-time. Kyle Korver, 1-time. Tyson Chandler, 1-time. And Mo Williams, 1-time. And you can't forget about Luka Doncic. We know the work that he's put in thus far in his career, you know what I'm saying, and what he brings to the table. He a 5-time All-Star. So if you look at the collective number of just players and talent that LeBron, because you still not talking about a lot of the other pieces that he had the opportunity to play with as well. You know what I'm saying? He still had other great pieces around that talent, he still had the Shane Battiers of the world, you know what I'm saying? Then some of the players that was on this team that ended up going to other teams and was good, like Brandon Ingram. You know what I'm saying? We forget about other players like the other boy that he just had that they just traded, D'Angelo Russell. You had players like that. So the dude has had the opportunity to play with some of the best talent that the NBA has seen over the last 20 years, dog. Compared to, a Steph Curry, who Kevin Durant is the only double-digit time All-Star he's had. You know what I'm saying? I had to block a call, man. Every time I get ready to make a video, somebody want to call me. So, I mean, if you look at the talent, bro, he's had the talent, dog. And then y'all want to give him the GOAT status. Like, how are you the GOAT when, dog, you only have 4 championships? And you've played with the most top 75 players, the most All-Stars. Nobody has had collectively the talent that he's had, dog. I'm talking about ever. That's even in today's league where they jumping around and hopping around and becoming teammates. You know what I'm saying? Because we looking at the superstars he's played with, but look at all of the All-Stars. Look at all of the top 75 talent he's had, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to kill Kevin Durant. And then, and I think in doing so, we really diminish Steph Curry, dog. Because, let's be real. Kevin Durant is not an NBA champion without a Steph Curry, bro. It ain't about Steve Kerr. It ain't about Draymond and all. It's Steph Curry, bro. None of them are champions without Curry. The Curry effect. Because guess what? Kevin Durant didn't win in Oklahoma. And he had Westbrook and James Harden. And Serge. They didn't win. You know what I'm saying? With Cephalosha and all of them. They didn't win. They was a good team. Perkins. You know, they didn't win, bro. He went to Brooklyn. He got hurt. You know, he did get injured. I want to say they had some injuries. But they didn't win. That injuries are a part of the game. They did not win. Steph Curry won with Kevin Durant and without Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. It's the Steph Curry effect, dog. You know, like people make this about, oh, Kevin Durant, he went to the team that beat him. Man, don't nobody care about that, bro. Don't nobody care about that. Steph Curry, let's give that man his due credit, dog. Now, if you ask me who I would feel like is a better player, there was a while where I felt like, man, KD is better than LeBron, dog. Because he can do more offensively. You know what I'm saying? He's a good defensive player, dog. He just, you know, he got that dog in him. But there's no way I can sit here and say that after what I'm witnessing over the span of both of their careers, that Kevin Durant is even in the conversation with LeBron James, dog. You know, you can make an argument, but man, 4 championships beat 2, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that debate is over with. You dig? But I just feel like we diminished Steph Curry for so. And then I'm watching and I see my boy say this.
But if we're going to have the discussion about time and place, let's have the full discussion, because you can't just you can't cherry pick it. What if Hakeem Olajuwon decided to go team up with Karl Malone and John Stockton, like Kevin Durant went to the Warriors? What if after winning one title with Jordan at age 25, which is when Scottie Pippen, the same age as Kyrie Irving, what if Scottie Pippen wanted to trade to the New York Knicks?
He found out that LeBron was trying to get him traded for Chris Paul after they had just won a championship. So, you know, that man felt like, we just won a championship and you already trying to trade me? You trying to upgrade me? You know what I'm saying? Like this 2K. You trying to upgrade your team, and we just won. I didn't hit the biggest shot of my career and of your career, probably, if we want to be honest, and you trying to get rid of me. So yeah, he wanted out because now I can't trust you.
Because that's what happened with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving at age 25, after one title, forced his way out of Cleveland. What if Jordan was playing against a team like LeBron did when he had to go up against the super team that was formed in Boston with Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce? You know, sure, Jordan, if he wanted to cherry pick, absolutely could have done so. No question he could have won more titles. No doubt about that. But you can't look at it without looking at what was else happening in the league.
So y'all heard what he had to say. And my thing is this, dog. If you want to use that as context for your argument for LeBron James, then you also have to talk about who beat that Boston team that made him go team up. Who beat that Boston team that made Dwayne Wade and LeBron James start having conversations? Your top 5 players in the league at that time had to call each other and say, look, man, we got to stop this nigga, dog.
I remember cutting my TV off as soon as Kobe ran and grabbed that ball. I was like, LeBron.
All right, LeBron.
I ain't lying to you. I'm not lying to you. I cut the TV off when I watched that shit, and I watched Kobe run and grab the ball and celebrate. I was like, so what you gonna do? That was our summer free agency. They were dominating. Like, Kobe was winning all these rings. I was like, wait, hold on. Now he got 5 and we got 1?
We got to stop him. He already got 5 championships. You know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They had to call each other and say, dog, we got to do something, dog. Kobe is, he doing the most right now. He doing the most right now. You know, he had to get on the phone with LeBron. They having communication. Because they had to stop Kobe from winning these championships, dog. They had to do something. They had to team up. Then my boy Michael Wilbon set the record straight. I'm happy that somebody in the media, you know, in the media that has a media vote, dog, I'm happy that somebody spoke out, bro.
The GOAT conversation. But let me just say this. I'm not going to sit here and say that LeBron James has to be considered better than Magic Johnson. That's garbage. I'm not going to say LeBron James has to be considered better than Bill Russell. That's garbage. I'm not going to say LeBron James has to be considered better than Kobe Bryant. That's garbage. LeBron James, one of the greatest players of all time in all team sports. I'm sorry, if that's not good enough, turn the page. Get over yourself. So in other words, I'm going to proclaim and support and wave the LeBron James flag for his greatness. But if I say he's less than number 2, that's not good enough for you, to hell with you. And I'm not saying that as in support of David Falk. I'm saying that as somebody who has watched basketball and lived with basketball my whole life. I got to say that LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant? What? Put me in a grave first.
Well, that's it. You're allowed to have your perspective.
And trying to keep that man name where it belongs. And that's in the GOAT debate. You dig? That's where it belongs. This idea that Kobe is not even in a discussion blows my mind, dog. And I'm glad that that man came out and said what he said, because if not, dog, people was going to continue to disrespect Kobe, dog. And we not going to let it happen. We not going to, every opportunity we get, we going to step in and say, look, see, you know, see, we going to let y'all know, because, dog, is not right. And it's not fair. And then for Rich Paul to have the nerve, bro, to act like they don't know why this is a thing. Why is this a conversation? Why are we making such a big deal? You know, oh, this goat got this type of antlers or horns, and this one got this type of horn, silver and gold. It's a conversation because y'all made it a conversation, dog.
Right, that one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For
That's
so
what I
many
felt.
reasons.
You know, people feel the way that they do about LeBron because of his antics and because of y'all as a team trying to, instead of him doing what he needs to do for other people to consider him the GOAT, he just wants to control the narrative, bro.
You feel a lot less pressure this finals run just because you are undermanned and you had some injuries as opposed to previous years?
Nah, I feel confident because I'm the best player in the world. That's simple.
That's it. That's it. He ain't really caring about winning championships, apparently. It's about for him controlling the narrative. You know, because y'all said what y'all said. That's why it's that way. But anyway, man, let me know if y'all enjoyed this, man. You know, let me know how y'all feel about this one in the comment section, bro. We gonna keep pumping out videos. We gonna keep the conversation going. I'm really hoping that the Timberwolves make it to the NBA Finals, man. I'm pulling for Ant-Man. You know, the Knicks going to the finals would be crazy. I can't tell y'all the last time they been to NBA Finals. That would be crazy. Might be exciting to see. I'm not really pumped up about this year's finals, man. It don't have those names in it that I would like to see, you know, compete in the finals. But, you know, apparently we gonna crown a new champion, you know, this year. So that's gonna be interesting to see. It might be Indiana, you know. But anyway, man, y'all subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Thank y'all for all of the encouraging comments, man. It's very nice to see, very good to hear, man, and I thank y'all for that. I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.